In this video we'll take a look at your homework and we'll review solution of your coding exercises. Let's take a look at your homework first. As usual, I recommend you read books to have different point of view on the same topics. Also, before homework implementation, please review the source code of JavaLang Maths class. And here was our first coding exercise. To write a program which will add two integers which were passed as program arguments. The second coding exercise is about finding area of triangle. And the third coding exercise is about calculating circle circumference. Let's review the solution for each of these tasks. Task number 1. You can run your program with input arguments. Here is the solution. The args variable is array of strings, array of program arguments. Why do we need to specify arguments for program? For example, you implemented Messenger app, and your application could work in server mode and in client mode. To switch mode, you need to start your program with different arguments. This is just one of the examples from the top of my head. Another example. Java Virtual Machine is also a program which can be started with different arguments. For example, you need to set up initial heap size for your JVM. You can use special arguments to do this. Do you remember how we run our Hello World application in console? To make you understand how you can run your application with arguments, let me run this solution from console. And you will understand where potentially we can pass arguments. You don't need to open console separately if you have Eclipse open. First of all, we need to find file with class extension for this solution. We remember that when we created project, by default bin folder is used to store class files. Let me remind you where this was specified. New project, Java project, random name here, click next, and here is where default output folder is specified. You can change it if you wish, but there is not so much sense in doing this. Okay, so here is our project. But where is bin folder? You can't see it here, because we are in the Package Explorer. Package Explorer shows project in a structured and more logical way. For example, we can see packages here instead of multiple nested folders. We can execute Java files as Java programs here, and so on. Taking into account as a software engineer you are interested in the source code and not interested in class files, you even can't see bin folder here. So what to do now? Let's open Navigator view. To open Navigator, press Window, Show View, Navigator here. And here it is. Navigator view shows the raw structure of your project. When you need it. When you want to see these files the exact way they are located in your file system. And here we can find our bin folder and class files in it. And now when we found bin folder, let's open console here. To do this, select the folder and find this icon. Open a terminal. You don't have Git Bash installed on your computer so far, so most likely the only option you would have here is local terminal. Let's open it. And here it is. Do you see this path? We are in bin folder. Now, we need to run our program with arguments. Do you see this package declaration here? That's why to run this program we need to write full class name, including package. Let's do it. Java, com, itbools, learnit, dot, java core, dot, operations, dot, homework, dot, add integers. And let's press enter now. Do you see the error we have? Array index out of bound exception. That is because we are trying to get element with 0 index from this array, when this array doesn't have any items in it. So that's why JVM tells us I can't get item with 0 index because there is no items at all in this array. So let's now pass to our program next arguments. I press up arrow key and pass in two arguments. 1 space 3 and press enter. And you can see the result here now. So 1 and 3 in this case are program arguments. Everything what will be specified after your program name, separated by spaces, is program arguments. And everything what you will put after Java is JVM arguments. For example, let me press up arrow Press Home button to move cursor at the beginning. This time I will add JVM arguments. Let me add argument to set maximum heap size 1 GB. Dash xmx1g. And press enter to run the program. So this is called JVM arguments. And this is called program arguments. I believe now it is clear what is program and JVM arguments. How to run your program with arguments from Eclipse? Do mouse right click in the code editor, Run As, Run Configurations. Make sure you are selected correct program here on the left. My program's name add integers. And here in Arguments tab, you can specify program and JVM arguments. I already have 1 and -2 here, and you can press Run button. And here is the result of our program. In the program you are parsing integer from the first argument, it will have 0 index in strings array, and you parse the second argument. After you have 2 integers, you can add them, and print result to console. Definitely, this is not perfect solution. Why? For example, we don't expect situation when our program will be started without arguments, and you already saw exception which might happen. Or when arguments will be floating point numbers. Or when arguments won't be integers but will be special characters, for example. But to implement all these scenarios we need to learn other topics such as control statements and exception handling. So this solution should be more than enough right now. We'll make our tasks more complicated as we go. Now let's take a look at solution for the second task. Let me navigate back to the Package Explorer and open area of triangle source code. It is pretty straightforward. You already saw in previous lessons how to read information from console, so you need to ask user to enter values for triangle sides first, and after that to use Heron's formula to calculate area of triangle. Here I am using mass class to implement Heron's formula in Java source code. Let's run this application and we'll take a look how it works. I am pressing Ctrl plus F11. And I am asked to provide length of a side of a triangle. Let it be 3. I press enter. The value is assigned to a side variable. And I am asked to enter b side of a triangle. I am entering 3 one more time, pressing enter. This value is assigned to b side variable. And I am asked to enter c side variable. Let it be 3 one more time, and I am pressing enter. C side value was assigned to this variable, and after that calculations have been performed. And we print the result to console here. In case a triangle with such sides doesn't exist, we need to print not a number according to our requirements. Let's check this scenario. I am running the program from the beginning. Let a side be 5, b side 1, and c side 1. That is obvious that such triangle doesn't exist. And I see not a number result. Let's review solution of the third task. You need to ask user to input circle radius to calculate circumference. After that you need to read input value from console. Let's read double. And according to formula which you can find in the internet, let's calculate circle circumference and print result to console. Let me zoom it out a bit. Let's run this program. I am asked to enter circle radius. Let it be 5. And here is the circle circumference. Geometry is not a part of this course, so what I expect from you after this task completion is that you know how to read values from console and you are aware about constants that exist in mass class. That's all. I will share with you links to the source code and attachments to this lesson. Feel free to ask questions in comments to this lesson in case if you have any, and I will be glad to answer them.